Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Ascension Diaries YouTube channel. Hello for those of you who are new, and hello to those of you who have been here since the beginning. I really appreciate you coming back and seeing the videos, and it gives me the inspiration to be able to continue doing this. And I'm excited because we and many of you have reached out to me today because the Schumann Resonance has indeed been going off intensely today. So I'm excited to be able to report this in real time, and we can just jump right into it. For those of you who are interested in having a reading with me, the information is just below. You can go to my Patreon and just do a 5-card reading once a month, or you can go to my website, which is just below that link, and you can have a reading with me. So if you're interested, that's there. We can talk more about it at the end of this, but for now, we're gonna jump into the Ascension weather. So first of all, I want to say congratulations to those of you who were able to feel this energy and reached out to me. It just shows and helps to solidify the theory that we are in touch with this sort of activity and this sort of readings, and the more sensitive to them you become, the more, the more people feel they have more of a control over their lives. And these environmental factors that we don't get to talk about too much, or at least get taught about, are affecting all of us, and it's just a part of living in this sort of galactic community. So I want to show you what this sort of is, so we can sort of continue to measure this and track this with our own lives. So we are experiencing this. It is 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on July 26th, and by July I mean June. And it is this incredible amount of energy that's been here. And if you've noticed that we seem to be also having a pattern over the last couple days with these sort of energy influxes. So around the same time each day, around late afternoon, we're getting this sort of activity, and it's getting more and more potent each day as it goes on. And throughout the night, we're getting this sort of reading right here, these more direct up and down lines, not as solid or intense. So a lot of us sort of understand that during the night, these sort of energies come in and perform surgery on us because we are in such a calm state. But during the day, when we are awake, in our waking state, these are affecting our brain waves, and it's giving us almost a potential, an opportunity to be lifted into a higher energetic place. And a lot of people are really enjoying these energies coming in. It fills their heart, it makes them feel more whole, they feel more online. So if that's how you're feeling today, I would love to hear about it. If that's how you're not feeling today, because the opposite effect is just as common. If you have impurities and sort of things blocking your energy centers, this energy coming in is basically just washing away. It's like a pressure washer. So everything that gets flown away, you have to properly transmute that out of your system. So fears of any type, any sort of energetic cords and connections with old past people, with things with your ego, with old love interests, with thoughts and feelings and things that you remember having, you think you've gotten over, but now you're revisiting them. It's because you're revisiting them with this added energy and this knowledge and wisdom that you now have, so you can transmute that. And it's okay if you're going over things more than once, especially if there's emotions involved, because that we've created this emotional thing that needs to be, again, experienced through an emotional experience. So I just want to share that with you. But yes, we have this pattern, and this energy is coming in. We seem to be getting it in the day and the night, 2 different types, which is cool. And I want to show you the actual numbers. They aren't that intense. Like, we've seen high readings like 120. This is about half that. We hit about a 64 and this is more of the potency. This is more of the power, the volume. And I also seem to have some sort of corruption in my computer, which keeps popping open things. So if any of you have any suggestions on how to clean up my MacBook and get whatever virus or whatever that seems to be here out, please put in the comments. I would really appreciate that. But yes, so we had earlier today, this is around noon, okay, roughly noon. And so around 11 or 10 in the morning, we had our highest peak of the energy, which is when most people were messaging me. They're like, Alexis, there's a wave coming. And people were sending me pictures of the Schumann Resonance. Shout out to all of you who did that. Thank you so much. This back and forth feedback is really helpful for continuing this channel and these updates. So thank you. So yes, we reached a 64. It's the highest reading. We were only getting around the same time yesterday, around, I guess same time yesterday is over here, but you know what I'm saying. It's not exactly precise, but we're getting lower readings in the 30s, and then we just doubled that basically. So now we're in the 60s, and it went all the way down to nearly nothing, and then shot all the way up to 64, and it's been staying above the average like we've been getting over the past few days, which is in the late 20s. So it's up in the high, in the 50s, in the 40s, and the 30s. This energy is just consistently hitting us, which is why it's so bold and intense. Like, we cannot deny this phenomena. This is intense. So this is really cool. This is what you may or may not be feeling today or tomorrow. Some of us sort of ingest it over a certain amount of time, and then it kind of affects us later on. See, geez, keeps happening. This is not good. I'm sorry. But yeah, just for the actual Schumann resonance, the actual hertz, the level reached up to an 8.31 instead of 7.83. We're just looking at the 1. 7.83 is the average, the Schumann resonance, because of the actual size and the shape of the ionosphere and the planet. It doesn't fluctuate too much unless our planet actually changes, which it could. You know, those things happen. Space stuff, you know. And so, yeah, we hit up to an 8.31, and it's been mostly average, like around 7.83. It's been chilling where it should be chilling. So we're getting very pure earth energy coming towards us. And on the heart math graphs we actually got a few days of readings from the New Zealand graph, and then it went back into darkness, which is kind of funny. I don't know why, no idea. Somehow maybe they got the thing online for a couple days, but maybe it's just the energy is just so potent now it can't pick it up. I really don't know why we're getting just zeros, and then why it would come back for a couple days and then nothing again. So couldn't tell you. I'm just showing you what my observations are. Just regarding the 25th, they don't have the updated for the 26th, but yesterday, this is sort of the readings we had. Nothing too spectacular or crazy. And I want to show you again here on this graph, this is the same sort of deal. So you see here where the red line's just at the bottom, that's Alberta, that's where I reside. And the little blue line that's just above it, that is New Zealand. So it actually had some sort of reading and then went back down to nothing. But I want to show you that for those of you who've been here on the channel a while, the South Africa line, this dark purple line, this line is actually constantly doing crazy things more like this. And recently, I've noticed that all these lines, especially since the other two have gone to zero, everything's been very calm on all the graphs, and very similar reads are happening. So you can see here, just in the most recent data, everything's chilling between 1/5, like basically 120, and 1/7, like 190, like, which is very, like a much smaller gap than where I'm used to seeing. So the amount of energy that's currently happening, it seems like around the world, is very similar, which is interesting. So I just wanted to just kind of add that to the data. I don't know what it really means, but perhaps you do, and you're getting some intuitive information about that. And if you do, of course, please leave it in the comments. We are a part of this conversation together. Ooh, this is not good. My computer is corrupted for sure. Oh man, I love it. So suspicious observers, this is their video right here, was mentioning something that I wanted to put, that the actual phi reading in the solar wind, which is over here in the blue, has something to do with the magnetics. And so there was some sort of pole reversal that happened, and this is what this sort of reading looks like, and it caused some geomagnetic disturbance here, which was, you know, this says it's the 26th, but obviously we're over halfway through the 26th, and we're getting some more geomagnetic stuff, but quite an intense geomagnetic reaction. But the solar wind also reached, and it's shot right back up to about 600 on average today. Getting a lot of solar wind coming in. I shared an article on the Ascension Diaries Facebook page about the solar storm that we are expecting tomorrow on the 27th. And we're also expecting a full moon to be coming through. So there's some stuff coming. It's here, it's constant, and we're already seeing some big amount of energy coming in. This is, you know, it's consistent. It keeps happening. The energy is here. It's continually pushing our collective through this development, through this ascension. and there's a lot of stuff that needs to be cleared up. And you're noticing, especially the average person, the people in the matrix, they're freaking out about all of these things, and they really are starting to get mad and angry, but also because they're caring and their hearts are activating and they're starting to feel more for the community and wanting to change the world, and that sort of momentum is continuing to increase. So that is fantastic. And what we have been sort of waiting for, those of us who have been doing our own work, waiting for the collective to kind of wake up, it seems like now this energy is not allowing them to sort of avoid that. So, which is great. And I wanted to show you a couple more things on these graphs just really quick. Again, the magnetic information was sort of wacky here. The X-rays. No, I wanted to show you the electron flux again. So it's weird because this is the line that I guess everything, when it crosses this dotted line, that's when we're sort of seeing radiation storm levels increasing when they cross the line. But this is also just as much interesting to me as anything. This crazy fluctuation up and down with this electrons, it just shows the like vibrancy and the sort of intensity of this movement. So again, this is an observation to sort of coincide with how you're feeling today, because I know a lot of you are feeling this. So there's some evidence in the science that there is something going on. So you aren't losing your mind. It's truly, you know, there's data to support this. And again, solar wind means there's going to be some more aurora. Those of you lucky noodles up in Northern Europe and Russia and everything are going to be getting the most activity. And all of you, even the people, all those scientists chilling down in Antarctica, are going to get to see all the lovely northern lights. But it's further off usual than, it's kind of like off kilter than it usually is. Like it seems like it's more, I don't even know what direction this would be. I guess north. I don't know. Anyways, it's a little off than usual. Usually it's chilling more centrally, so it seems to be more, I don't know, in a different direction than it usually is chilling. It seems like something may have even moved, like the poles seem to have shifted just a little bit, because the surrounding aurora seem to be, the center point seems to be a little off from where obviously this center point is. But just an observation. I am not an expert. And what else? I think that's it for the data I have. Let's look at the global consciousness dot for the day. See what color it was. It was just yellow when I looked and loaded this page, so we'll see what it's at right now. Because you can see down here on the graph, it's going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, like it just do. It's slightly green. Oh, it's getting greener as we speak. So around average, nothing to report as much on that. So I have, again, for those of you who are interested, please, you can go onto Patreon, search Alexis Buck, and you can become a patron of mine. And if you do the $20 patronage, you can have a 5-card reading from me every month that you would like. I can simply just send the photos to you. But if you would like, we can also chit chat if you want for a few minutes, like 10 to 15 minutes. And those of you who are wanting more attention and more guidance, you can do the activation session with me, which I think I want to change to Ascension Chit Chat with Tarot, because it's very loose in its structure. There is meditation involved, there is tarot involved, there is discussion involved. It's basically just me being able to use my counseling skills along with my divination tools and my ascension knowledge and experiences to basically just reach out and connect in the heart space with you and sort of lift your vibration up. Because at the end of every one of my sessions, everyone is saying that they feel more centered, more at peace, more calm, and you know, they don't really have those worries. It's like we get to come together and sort of bring you to that blissful place that we're all working towards being at, and it's going to come more and more and more each day. So please, I have openings on Wednesday, I have openings on Thursday, so if you would like, please go down here, you can book the time. I will email you the information that you need after that, the payment information, and you know, to verify everything. So that is there for you. Thank you to people who go onto Patreon, because this is very helpful for me knowing how much I'm going to be able to support myself each month. And if you like the reports, I would greatly appreciate just any type of donation, and it'll help me continue going, because I'm battling my way into being able to support myself and support you all and do this as my my duty and my job until all of this starts to change, which seems like it's happening very soon. The rest of 2018 is going to be huge and full of changes in the whole collective, so do not fear. A lot of us are going through these shifts and this uncomfortability of not really knowing where our next, meal or where we're living or what we're doing, and it's okay. The reason we're in this void of unknowns is because we are clearing ourselves and allowing the blessings to come in. So just say, I am blessed, and you will bring it in as much as you can, and it will bring you into that space of gratitude and reception instead of into lack and fear. Whew. And so I also want to warn you that there is a full moon on the 27th, which is tomorrow, which is Wednesday. And so there is full moon coming in, which is again reception. Everything that you wanted in the new moon should be starting to show up in the full moon this coming week. And I want to show you that there was Mars retrograde that's happening from today until the 27th of August. Mars retrograde due to my friend who is he mentioned his website is planetswithin.com. He's an astrologer, and it says our drive and determination becomes limited as aggressive Mars begins its retrograde cycle into Aquarius. So our drive and determination is becoming limited. So it's not as aggressive as it has been. So that's kind of interesting. Although at times we will find ourselves frantically running around, we must begin to evaluate where we've come from and where we want to go. Mars will continue its backward motion until the 27th of August. Meanwhile, fiery Sagittarius moon focuses on our attention on the future as we ponder why we are in this current situation and what is happening to us, which a lot of us are. We are all very pondering what the heck's going on with our lives. And Sagittarius full moon tomorrow, I guess, will be a culmination and a peak of that. So we'll see. Feel into it. Do a full moon ceremony. Anything you want. Just be like, I'm open to receiving what I'm supposed to be doing with my life right now. Just take it day by day is my advice. That's all I really have to say, because I truly am in the same scenario. I also posted something about a big, huge flash that was reported to have happened. Oh, interesting. I posted this at 11:11 p.m. Just saying. And yes, there was a brilliant flash in the center or somewhere in our galaxy that they published a paper about on June 17th at 22:22, time, wherever that was. They're in Hawaii, so I'm assuming, whatever time zone that is. I don't even know. I wish I could go to Hawaii. Don't know what time zone that is. Anyways, yes, so that is interesting. That means the light from this event has now hit the telescopes here, which means that the light of this event has hit our planet since the 17th and is continually hitting us. So those of you who are aware of the flash and the central, all of this sort of stuff, we're expecting all this energetic information and shifting points from all of this light. Seems like something's hitting us, something new, and they don't really know. The whole article, you can go on there and watch it. They don't really know where it's coming from, how it's moving so fast, how it's so bright, and what it's doing. So science, we're all gonna find out. We're finding out in live time. But it's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. And so I'm going to pull us a card for today. Jace pulled a card, and it was friendliness, or what was it? It was sharing. We got friendliness yesterday, so we got sharing. So the message of the card was about sharing in the abundance of your love. So everyone that comes to you today, and it's coming from a place of abundance, you have abundant love. That's the one thing we truly have in abundance, is this source energy, this love energy, and so for you to feel abundant, you truly only need to share in your love. So if that's what you're struggling with, or need a little guidance on what to do with yourself today, just share in your love, and we'll see what else the source or our higher self or my guidance team or anyone would like. Oh, there it goes. Anyone, and a card pops up. Not sure. I'm just kidding. I was looking to you. So I got this one in the reading just this morning. This is the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is a person sitting on the throne of someone who is what's the word I'm looking for? Motivated to do helping work and work for their cause more, instead of like their drive or what they want to do or because it's business savvy. It's because of their cause, and that's why they do the work. And it's obviously the King of Cups. The cups signifies emotions, and so it's a very loving and sharing, and like from your cause, you're giving from your cause, you're giving from your heart, and that sort of greatly culminates the message I was just talking about from Jace's reading. So I'm expecting to do a live stream this weekend. I'm going to be able to do a live stream on the channel. I'm really hoping that's the plan. Okay, I know I've had plans in the past, but I'm trying to tell you. And I want to do a live stream on the YouTube channel, and I'm going to be just pulling cards for people in the comments. So if you want to go onto the channel and just click the notification bell, so you know when I go live, then you can come, you can comment that you'd like a card, and I will pull a card for you. And I'm just giving, you know, I'm here to help. Initially, that's why I'm here. This is my job. This is what I dedicate my time and effort to. And that's what I would like to do over the Canada Day long weekend, and give a little back for those of you who've been so generous in giving me. And yeah, of course, yes, please book a session if you would like. Supporting me on Patreon is very much appreciated, and I will continue with these reports. Thank you so much for being here, and for subscribing, and for sharing this video and liking. Every little bit counts, and the channel is almost there at the amount of views it needs to be able to begin making actual monetary gain from doing videos, which is awesome. And so that's sort of the goal of this broadcast this weekend, is to bring in enough views and gain more subscribers, so we're able to spread the message and spread this information and spread this data around, so people are more empowered. And that's really, yeah, that's what I would like to do, and that's what I know a lot of you believe in, and that's why you're supporting me. So thank you for all of your help. We're doing this as a team, and Bird Gang all the way, you know? And I love you all very much, and I will see you again soon.